Giving opens doors to the giver and ushers him to the blessings of God. Have you been planting your seed? Have you yet to experience seed, time, and harvest? We would like to give you that opportunity.
Early December 2009, the workers and volunteers started to lay the foundation of the second part of the building foundation. This has been filled and the first concrete block was laid. Work progressed till late December 2009. With the completion of the 10 porch posts of the Block 1 building, the veranda radiantly showed a glimpse of what it looked like when completed. The final task was to complete the filling in of the Block 2 foundation, as well as completing the 12 porch posts and laying the blocks for the foundation. A team of 12 volunteer workers was sent to Tamovoiwai to cut 200 mangrove posts 3 meters in length to be used as poles to hold up the foundation of Block 1's second floor. There were more than 5 boat trips, each trip carrying about 30 to 50 posts. These posts were then loaded onto the truck and taken back to the school site. On the 4th of January 2010, construction at the school site recommenced and the completion of the task set for the Block 2 building construction was the main focus. The foreman, Mr. Sarambulutani, mentioned that the filling of the hard core will be carried out and when completed, the floor of the building will be laid. In order to do this, wheelbarrows were used to cut the soapstones from the pile of soil to fill up the floor level. Workers were busy tying stirrups and constructing the boxes for the floor level. The excavation and reinforcement of the footings of the Block 2 veranda on the other wing was also carried out. Other developments were in the construction of the staircase and window decking of the Block 1 building construction. On the 6th of January 2010, Mr. Mbulutani stated that the elevation of the beam decking of the Block 1 has begun and this will be filled together with the first floor slabs. The height of the beam is 500 millimeters and is placed across the columns to form a solid foundation for the second floor. Mangrove posts were used to hold up the beam together. On the 7th of January 2010, workers were occupied in their different sections, which includes the leveling of the ground floor, where some workers used wheelbarrows to fill soapstones up to the marked measurements. Some workers were continuously ramming the soapstones down, while others continued filling the floor with sand up to the mark. Some other workers continued covering the leveled ground with damp-proof cores. Then cubes were laid. The final stage was in the laying of the mass wire before the pouring of the cement could take place. Cutting of wires and drilling of side boxes of the ground floor was also done. The approval by the Suva local authority to fill the foundation's floor came at 3:30 p.m., in which they were impressed with the laying of the blocks and the steelworks, and added that the pouring of the cement could take place the next day. On the 8th of January 2010, the Phase 1 of the Block 2 building commenced in the early hours of the morning with the pouring of the mixed cement for the flooring of the building. 14 truckloads, each truckload with 5 meters of cement weighing 20 tons of mixed cement was used. After the pouring of cement, its leveling was orchestrated very carefully and left to recover for the next phase of the construction work. May you know Once the cement was fully recovered, anti-sol, a liquid chemical, was poured over the finished floor to make it waterproof and give more strength to the flooring mixture. The workers continued with the construction of the Block 1 staircases leading to the second floor. The vertical starter bars for the Block 1 veranda were also put up. Meanwhile, other workers worked on laying more blocks for the Block 2 veranda floor, and beam box were put in place for Block 1. On the 9th of January 2010, task was in the laying and filling of the beam blocks of the other half of the veranda, which is 1,100 millimeters from the ground. The preparation of the wall blocks, which is 800 millimeters, right from the floor foundation, was also laid. 750 blocks were cutted in wheelbarrows to each classroom block for partitions separating one classroom from another. The side boxes for the floor foundation were also removed for Block 2. Block 1 building 20 mm beam steel was laid on top of the beam boxes. The workers completed the day bending steel rods, preparing it for the beam, which will commence the following week.
Please continue to plant a seed for our children, a seed for their children, and a seed for the future generation that is yet to come.